All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Unscripted. You got myself here, Dynamite Dave. We got Chipper. We also have the guy who's late who joined us. The Tampa Bay.
On time.
Oh, he's wearing Tampa Bay stuff, you son of a bitch.
I told you had Tampa Bay Lightning stuff on.
And I got my hate blockers on.
Well, there's a reason why I.
Well, yeah, we had that discussion already.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So what? So tell me about it. What's going on?
Every time I bet on Tampa Bay, they fuck me. Every time.
So stop betting.
Right? On them, at least.
All right. So obviously, we got the star of the show who's here with us, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a nice round of applause. A guy who needs no introduction.
The reason is because of all the weight that I have lost so far. The jersey actually fits. I tried it on last week and I wore it out, and I'm like, oh my God, this damn thing fits. Like I about shit myself because last time I put it on, it was so goddamn snug, like I couldn't wear it, because it was so tight, and now it fits perfect.
Who is it?
So,
is it Stamkos or Kucherov?
This is Hedman.
Oh, Hedman? Okay.
Oh, okay. And then we got from the Lavender Room, he is live, ladies and gentlemen. The coach of Mac.
That's an outstanding. Hello.
No hat, Shane.
Yeah, I forgot it.
Oh.
I mean, you could have went up and got it. I mean, I didn't wake up till 9:45 thanks to Chipper.
I was rushing. My bad.
It's okay. And
Too many green teas.
I didn't have any, not one. Not one. That's what everybody said. Too many green teas. And then our guest for today, Mr. Mike Tedesco, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome.
Morning, guys.
Holy crap. A guest, and he's on time. So that right there just takes kudos amongst everything.
Yeah, everything is going right today. I mean, no technical issues. We're starting on time.
Shut up, Chipper. You're jinxing it right now. Just stop while you're ahead. We're only not even, 2 minutes in? 3? Yeah, just stop.
Hey, we do have Rachel with us, though. That's a plus. I mean,
Rachel's on time.
Yeah, Rachel's on time. Steve's on time. We're all on time. So, yeah. So
the only thing missing is a hat on Shane.
Shane, go get a hat. Chipper's bitching about it.
I'm not bitching about it.
Go get a hat. Jesus Christ. So as we do each and every week, and we'll start off with Mike, our guest, and Shane has left the Lavender Room. Mike, how was your week? Anything new that you did? Take us through it.
Oh man, it's just busy. When I'm not on stage, I work for Brilliant Electric Sign Company. I'm the service and installation manager, and we are just insanely busy. If you've been down by the ballpark, you've seen the signs coming down and all the work there. We're part of all that. Some other stuff I can't necessarily discuss right now because of NDAs at work, but work is stupid busy right now.
Now, when you talk about the ballpark, you talk about Progressive Field?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you've driven by, the main marquee sign is down right now.
Oh.
We're working on that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the shit stadium that they don't give a shit about now that we're closer to the lake.
Hey, he's a Steelers fan, by the way, Adam.
All right, that's enough for me. There's just too much black and gold in this chat right now, so I don't think I'll see myself out.
But Mike, when you guys do them stadiums and whatnot, what do you guys do with the old lighting and stuff? Do you guys auction it off, or do you guys destroy it so nobody gets it? Because I just seen on, I think it was TikTok or Facebook, that in Cincinnati, that's the headquarters for Big Boys, and they have all the Big Boy statues in their graveyard back there, and people are asking to buy them.
No, all that stuff usually, usually gets scrapped or something. The customers aren't going to allow that stuff to get out. And I mean, every once in a while, our boss keeps something for himself, but as far as anything getting out, it's not allowed.
Okay.
So you're saying is there going to be a brand new sign at the main entrance, huh?
No, we're actually just redoing it. It's kind of old. We did it originally. It's just getting a facelift, basically. Fresh paint, new LEDs, all that good stuff.
You guys weren't the ones that installed it when it fell down, was it?
I don't know anything about it falling down. That might have been before my time, but we originally put that up.
The progressive sign, right, with the Guardians on it. That's the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
because that one, I think, when they switched the name over to the Guardians, the one part of it fell down off of the progressive sign.
Yeah.
Maybe that was before your time, because how long have they been the Guardians? What, just going on 4 years, right, Adam? 4 years?
I lost count. I got tired of arguing with people that are, pissed off that they went to the Guardians. Who cares? You still got baseball in Cleveland. Shut up and go watch them. Support.
Yeah. But Adam, how was your week?
Sucked.
Why?
Because with my shitty company, we had the Christmas and New Year's week off. I didn't work 3 days to 1 week, and it's awfully funny. The Wednesday I get my unemployment check, I get a dispatch for Thursday, Friday to go to work. Isn't that kind of coincidental how that works out?
Well, you know that you can refuse that, correct?
But then if they give you if you refuse it, then that's when they start taking vehicles away from you, and they do it. You know how shady companies are.
Yeah, I know, but you can still refuse it.
So I was off Monday, which was fine because it was kind of cool. Gail, Piper, and I were all off, so we kind of just hung out and relaxed and chilled at the house, and going to work on Tuesday. And in that nice frigid cold, put in a nice 12-hour fucking day. That was brutal.
You got to love your job, don't you?
No, well, the thing is it wasn't on Miller that we're working with. Because see, what we're doing is they're putting a new gas line under railroad tracks. So the way it works is you have to have whatever company it is, whether it be CSX or Norfolk, that they got to have they have to approve it. They got you have to go, you're basically because they're their own governing body. You have to go by what they tell you and this and that. And, because what you're doing is you're basically, when you're drilling it, you're drilling a metal pipe through and then you're inserting the plastic into it. It has to be encasing. So obviously we all know how cold it was on Tuesday. Oh, yeah. It's fucking bad that when you go to start the machine's telling you, fuck off. It's too cold. I don't want to work today. And then, so they start getting the holes the hole's so deep that they have 2 trench boxes. So 4 trench boxes total, 2 on top of each other. So it's 12 foot, I think it's 10 foot deep, 12 foot wide or something like that. And so they have a water tank. So when you want to drill, you have to use water to lubricate it so it can go through. In this case, think of it like it's just KY, And so mind you,
garlic Parmesan sauce.
Right. So the water is frozen in this tank. Now the vac truck shows up. He has a heater on his that can thaw their water out. Oh, well, guess what? His heater took a shit. So now he can't thaw their water out. So we're waiting on trying to get this shit figured out. Long story short, they didn't start drilling until 4 o'clock. They went yes. So needless to say, we knew it was bad once they started. That they were talking about, we kept hearing that they have to get this done today, because the guys for CSX are going to be gone the next 2 days. Because the guys from CSX, basically all they do is let us know when trains are coming, so that way they can't drill, obviously, when a train's going over, because they don't want to have any issues and something happened and the train derails, whatever. And so they start drilling at 4:30 hits. Oh, now there's an issue because there's lasers that help line it up. Oh, well, they're off center. Well, you can't drill unless those lasers are centered. So they went through all this shit, and at the end of the day, we worked till 7:30, and they didn't even drill it. So they shut the job. They shut the job down up until it's supposed to. There's talks about, which kind of makes us wonder. I don't know if they can do it, but they're talking about Wednesday. Well, sorry, it's gonna. If you already had issues when it wasn't below freezing, it's right. 10 times worse now. It's bad when the CSX guy comes up to you and he's looking at you and he goes, "They couldn't do this in August? Do they not realize where they're at in Ohio and it's in January?" I'm like, hey, I'm just here to control traffic. So I mean, and technically they really didn't need us, because literally we were only on the road twice. And that was for the back truck. And after that, we were.
So you sat in the truck the whole time?
No. We did not. We stood outside all day.
Oh.
And took 20-minute breaks to warm up, because, our company doesn't want to have you idle more than 10 minutes, no matter how cold it is outside.
Oh.
So by the time the 10 minutes hits, the truck's not even warm yet.
Right.
Now you got to. So what I do is let it run for 10 minutes, shut that bitch off for 2, turn that bitch right back on. I'm sorry. If you want me to work in this shit, I have to be able to feel my limbs here to be able to do my job. You guys want to preach safety, but then you want to put us out there in, harsh conditions. I told my supervisor when he came out yesterday, I said, if you even think about sending me a dispatch for Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm fucking calling off.
I mean, that's crazy to even think about.
Well, they're talking about Monday, and I'm off Monday for a doctor's appointment anyways. But they were already talking about when we left on yesterday that they don't even think we're going to work at all next week.
It's just I don't know, shocking or whatever that any company that has employees that are working in any outdoors and any length of period of time will even consider them working Tuesday, Wednesday, I guess even Thursday this week. It's going to be wind chill factor of -25 for crying out loud.
They don't care, dude.
No, and as long as the owner is making the money and getting money in his pocket, he don't give a shit about the people.
Correct.
I mean, I don't know how many layers or whatever Carhartts or whatever you put on to help you with -15 and -25 degree wind chill factor. Fuck that.
Right. And I mean, no matter how many layers you put on, it doesn't matter. You're going to get cold at some point.
Right.
I did that shit for years, what Adam was doing, and I know his pain. So Adam, kudos to you for even sticking it out or whatnot. And
well, you would think that you work till 7:30 on Tuesday. That I understand you work 16 hours. That's when they got to give you the 8 hours of rest, and they can postpone your time to start later the next day. But no, we were back at it fucking Wednesday morning. Only put in an 8-hour day that day, thank God. But that was the easy day for me because I had to take my truck up and basically guard the hole with the truck because my beacon was on. So it was literally the only time I got my fat ass out the truck was to go smoke a cigarette and then back inside the nice warmth.
Wow. Well, kudos to you for dealing with that cold. All right, Chipper, your week, how was it?
Back.
Yeah, Shane is back. It took him like 25 years to go get his hat.
Well, it's it'd be all right.
Well, he's got to go through his whole collection and figure out which one he wants.
Yeah, I mean, in three, you have like 350 hats between the three.
Probably.
True, I mean, but I don't have any personalized ones like some people.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
I see what I got to do today. I'm gonna fucking send a message to Tate and have Tate fucking personalize your fucking hat.
I'll bring it to him.
And somebody's got to get a hold of a certain sponsor of ours that makes hats, t-shirts, stuff like that, and get the hashtag "Get Them Lickins" put on some certain hats.
I'm getting that taken care of.
And look, the hat I get, where are you gonna put anything? It's not even fitted. What the fuck?
You don't like fitted hats, you told me.
No, I don't like flat brimmed.
Oh, well. Hey, I'll get you a fitted hat, you fucking crybaby.
I'll buy it myself even.
It's okay.
I'm so confused.
It's okay. Come on.
Goddamn
hey,
Mike,
Mike, you see how they treat me here? You see how they treat me?
Second-class citizen.
Freaking hat snobs in this freaking thing.
You said 350 between us.
Between the three of you.
I got like 350 myself.
Damn.
I guess it's better to have hats than shoes. That many pairs of shoes.
I got about 60 pairs of shoes.
Shit, I got like 3, and I rotate them.
I'm right there with you on the 60.
Speaking of which, let me get everybody's opinion on this because I thought about this last night.
Hold on one second. Save that thought, Chipper. Go to you. Well, how was your week?
I have a story to tell, but as long as Adam's work week, but I want Adam to.
Okay, Adam, go ahead and Mike, we'll get back to you. You can add into whatever you want to talk about.
Go ahead, Adam.
What is the most uncomfortable pair or brand of shoes in your opinion?
Oh, I can't answer that question because I'm a Reebok or Skechers kind of guy.
I'm an old people shoes.
The only reason I bring it up is because I love the shoes, but fuck, are they the most uncomfortable fucking shoes ever? And that's the Chuck Taylors.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, dude.
Yeah, they hurt the bottom of your feet bad.
Well, and the bad thing is the pair that I have, with the weight I've lost, even like Ryan made the comment last night. He goes, "Dude, you keep losing all this weight. It looks like your pants are like MC Hammer and shit because they're so big on you now." But like the reason, I put them on last night, and I told myself, I'm like, why do I not wear these anymore? And then I started walking. Yeah, it's because my fucking pant leg is like 4 inches underneath it. So the whole time I feel like I'm wearing a dress. I got to keep pulling my pant legs up because I'm stepping on them. Dude, I got home, the whole bottom of my foot. Like the bottom of my pants was just like that much fucking wet all the way around. I'm like, that's why I don't wear them. And believe me, I thought about. I'm like, screw it. I was gonna get to that point where it's gonna be like I was gonna have like 4 inches just tucked like above the sock. Like I didn't even care if they looked like high waters.
Hey, the most uncomfortable shoe for me is the Jordan 1s, and the Chuck Taylors are okay because I just started wearing Chuck Taylors about 3-4 years ago. But my
and another thing too, don't wear Chuck Taylors in this shit because you're not getting traction for nothing.
Yeah, why would you wear them in this? Like your whole sock and everything's geting fucking wet.
Well, last night it wasn't bad because everything was starting to melt, so I thought it was going to be good. There was no ice or nothing. I wouldn't wear them today, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that they're still making them like they did way back in the day with the thin canvas leather, or whatever the hell whatever.
When's the last time you had a pair of Chuck Taylors?
I never owned one pair of Chuck Taylors. Not
never.
One.
Andy McCall from Car Parts
Bob.
My guy.
I mean, when I wore high tops back in high school, I wore Nikes or Reeboks, and that's it. Nowadays, I'm still wearing.
You're wearing New Balances, ain't you?
No, either
Skechers.
Yeah, Skechers. I'm a Reebok or Skechers kind of guy.
Yeah, but getting back to that, the Chuck Taylors, you got to wear them in for the comfortability with them. Like, I don't have a problem wearing them, but you got to wear them in.
Like, I don't know if there's a such thing as breaking them in.
Yeah, they're flat, dude. They're flat, flat shoe.
Right.
That's the problem.
I remember one time we had a friend of ours, and he had never been to Cedar Point before, and I warned him to wear comfortable shoes. We meet him out there. He's wearing Chuck Taylors. I said, give it 2 hours, and you're going to be bitching about fucking. I said, you're going to want to go buy yourself a pair of flip flops at the fucking store because you're not going to want to wear that shit all day.
I'm guessing Chuck Taylors have like no padding, no whatever in the bottom of the shoe.
There's no arch support. There's nothing. It's
nothing.
We're gonna chip in and buy Chipper a pair of Chuck Taylors.
I'm not gonna wear them because I don't wear high tops anymore.
They're not high tops.
They got low ones too.
They got low tops.
Oh, okay. I still won't wear them.
Why?
Which are even worse.
So good with your baseball game. I'm tired.
What's for you, since you're on stage a lot, is the most comfortable thing for you to wear for like shoes or boots, or like what do you prefer?
Good old Adidas.
Fair enough.
Always wearing Adidas. I have some Vans I'll wear also, but I had several pairs of Chuck Taylors and I couldn't walk after 4 hours on stage. Next day,
one and done, right?
I was 70.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, we'll get back to you, Mike. And Chipper, how was your week?
Well, we had interesting ownership shakeup at work.
Uh-oh.
Well, wait a minute. Ownership shakeup?
Yeah.
So you the boss now?
Was this just throwing on you?
It kind of sort of was throwing on the whole company. Yeah. I mean, I kind of knew it was coming because the company is owned by a family. Basically, two brothers. Well, the one brother sold his part of ownership to the other brother and then two other people that work for the company. So we kind of knew it was coming, but it wasn't made official until earlier this week or 2 weeks ago, maybe, that the one owner is totally out. And then now we got these three others that are part owners, whatever you want to call it. And then with this ownership shakeup, there was somebody that worked for the company for over 30 plus years and decided to resign because of a fallout regarding pay and other stuff. So after 30 some years, she decided to quit because they supposedly verbally agreed to something, but when she actually got the hard copy, it wasn't what was agreed to, and there was the dispute, and she just decided to resign.
So was this the agreement with the new ownership or the previous?
Yeah, the new ownership. So she decided to up and resign because of the dispute, and because she left and she handled HR, accounting, all this other stuff. She quit all of a sudden, so now they had to find somebody else to do it.
Guess who's not getting a paycheck this week?
Well, and here's here we go. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I am worried about that because like an in-house payroll thing, where the accountant, our HR, accounting person handled everything, made sure we got paid. Well, they did. The company decided to switch from that to ADP.
I have ADP.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the problem with that is we've had now just 2 weeks to try to get this all situated, and we're having issues getting logged in or an account with ADP so we get our checks deposited or whatever to wherever it's supposed to go. And now we were just told yesterday that the W-4 forms that we gave at the beginning of the year, because you have to fill out a new W-4 form every year. That when we fill those out, well, we have to do this all over again with ADP. Well, the problem is I can't get into ADP. I can't create an account or anything with ADP to make sure I get paid by the end of the month. And here we are, 2 weeks until the end of the month, and I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to get paid in time.
Wow.
Well, I mean, what is your problem with logging into ADP? Did you create an account and whatnot?
They can't find me.
Chipper don't do internet. He's at that age, he's still on dial-up.
Wow. So
I didn't go too far back. I could have said they were going to chisel your name in a stone, but I didn't go that far.
So basically, I mean, yeah, they had the ownership shakeup and whatever else is going on. And now for some reason, ADP, no matter what information I put in, because they ask for your name.
What's up, Heather?
And they ask for your social security number, your birthday, phone number, and whatever else.
I got ADP.
And then no matter if I put in my full first name or my shortened first name, my last name, social security, all that stuff, for some reason, ADP can't find me.
What about, did you just put in get off my lawn?
Or did you put in get them lickings? So, all right, Chipper. So that was your week. How about you, Shane, from the Lavender Room? Since we haven't heard from you since you got the hat.
Good. Just work's been mentally gymnastic-y, and I don't like it. So it's been rough. I'm not looking forward to the cold that's coming because I'm in and outside. I'm not outside all day, but I'm in and outside a lot, and that's not fun.
I bet you are in and out.
I don't.
That's how that works.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you could be Bonnie Blue. Were you on Bonnie Blue's list?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, so we'll talk.
No, I do know what you're talking about, and no, I was not.
You weren't one of the lucky 1,047 guys?
No.
Oh, that's that chick you shared in the chat.
From the UK.
Yeah. So go ahead, Shane. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's just stuff, man. It's life. We're gonna persevere.
What do you mean by gymnastic-y?
Mentally gymnastic-y. Like my work is not physical.
Right.
It's a lot of mental stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like, hey, we're gonna run this. Oh no, we're not gonna run that. We're gonna run this. But I already got a truck booked for this, and then I got to cancel it, and then it's just.
Hey, that's the perks of being the boss.
Well, I'm not the boss. That's the problem.
But you're second in command.
Is it actually a perk, though?
What's that?
I'm being sarcastic.
I mean, is it actually a perk?
Yeah. Well, the old saying, that's why you get paid the big bucks.
Right? So Sadie Cannondale says not loaded correctly.
Probably
in
Probably not.
Sandy, I think
so
you
it's
need
probably on his company's end.
Hold on, wait. So are you even going to have a job come Monday if you can't find yourself on ADP?
Sounds like volunteer work.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say if I don't see anything in my bank account on the 30th or 31st of the month, we're gonna have issues.
So you get paid what, twice a month?
No, every month. At the end of every month.
You get paid at the end of every month?
Yeah.
Are you salary?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you only get one check a month?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I get
why is that though, Chipper?
That's just the way it's always been. I mean, I'm salary. I get paid at the end of every month, and that's the way it works.
And you're okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Fuck, I hated the 15th and the 30th shit. I couldn't imagine. Like
that used to annoy the shit out of me when they did that for a while. I'm like, oh, just give me one check because I know what.
Oh, and don't let a holiday fall around one of them fucking days because then you got to wait another day or two because shit to go through.
Oh yeah. So that's that.
Yeah.
How about you and that fine tight beard you got right there? They missed a couple.
He's still trying to wake up.
No, I'm actually halfway through my coffee, but yeah. I mean, I had a decent week. Still stuck on.
His sister just fucking throws the fucking wood shit at him.
See, basically what we have here is Sandy treats Chipper like Mike treats you.
Mike Wilkes, that is, not Mike.
Sorry, Mike Wilkes.
I was like, huh?
the Beard and Browns podcast.
So you asked how my week was. My week was still good, still on fucking third shift. And as I was telling Chipper off the air, my boss comes to me on third shift and says, "Hey Dave, I need to talk to you." I said, "What's up?" He goes, "You need to slow down. You're doing too much work. You're going too fast. You got to leave stuff for first shift." I said, "What?
How about that? How about being told you're doing too much work?"
He's like, "Yeah, you're not leaving enough work for first shift, and they don't have nothing to do, so we might have to send them home." I'm like, "Send them home then." I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm here to work.
Yeah, I'm here to work. It's and then they have no answer when I'm going back to second shift. So they tried to give me Sunday off, and I'm not missing the national championship game. So I told my boss, I said, "I'm taking my vacation day for Monday," and he was like, "Okay." So
there's a game Monday.
Yeah.
That's when the trophy will transfer from the TSTUN to the Ohio State University.
Game ain't over yet.
I told him, I said, "Listen, I'm taking Monday night off." He goes, "Okay." So he put me down for not being there on Monday night. And then the guy who works second shift messaged me last night and said, "Hey, we pulled all your whole order for Sunday." I said, "Well, you didn't pull my order because I won't be there. You pulled whoever's coming in for me on Sunday." Mike, the greatest sound guy in the
sound man, Mike,
is here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
What's up, Mike?
But that's my week in a nutshell, dealing with this cold and whatnot. I'm going to meet up with my brother today, see his new puppies that he's got, and maybe go grab some lunch with him. Other than that, I'll probably finish being an adult and do the rest of my laundry. And hey, I'm up. That's all that matters.
Just in time.
Just in time.
Bad thing is anymore, the last couple of weeks, unscripted is starting to be like the fucking running lates, and I don't like it.
Oh.
Wow.
Ghosts of producers past.
Shots
the last couple weeks, shit, we've only been late one time this year so far.
Yeah, we're only 18 days into the year.
Yeah.
Well, one is better than every week.
And what is this, our third show of the month? So we're batting 333 right now.
Hey, that ain't bad.
That's
better than a lot of the guys on our professional team.
That's better than Josh Naylor.
That's better than fucking Miles Raw, who got traded. But anyway,
and Carlos Santana.
Hey, we'll get the Mike, but he won a Golden Glove. Mike, so what's up, man? Tell the fans out there about yourself. I know that you are the lead singer, the front man for Pushing Daisies. How did that all come about? I know before that you guys were amped, and then you guys had to do a little bit of name chase. So if you want to talk about that, you can. So take us through how this music journey started for you, Mike.
Well, as far as started as in here in Cleveland or just in general?
All together.
And
then how you got yourself led to Cleveland to be a musician here?
I've been a musician pretty much all my life. I started playing in bands and clubs when I was 14 years old back in Dallas, Texas. I've been signed to a label, did the original thing for a while, toured, all that good stuff. A lot of people think you get signed, you make a shit ton of money. That's not the case.
When you say signed, you were signed to a record deal with who? Can you
I was part of a band called Funland out of Dallas, Texas for a while. They were signed to Arista Records. It's you get signed and you go to still a bunch of guys in a van driving around. I still remember my very first tour, the very first gig I played. And we were on stage opening for a band called Tripping Daisy, also from Dallas, who was on Island Records. And I remember our singer at the time asking for a place to stay on stage. That's the non-glamorous side. You don't.
Now, do you think that because of how you said you signed with a record label, that it's not all it's cracked up to be the grass isn't greener? You think that's why a lot of these people are doing the independent thing now? Like they're using the social media platforms like TikTok and stuff like that to put themselves out there. I mean, because prime example, there's a girl named Alexandra Kay that she was just making coffee in the mornings and singing, and she's been touring with, I think, Luke Combs now. She's been in with all these different guys, and she's independent. Like she refuses to sign with a label. Like, you think that's why a lot of people go that route now?
That's some of it. Part of it is when, the digital world came about with the way people consume music now, the labels really aren't needed as much. It used to be, and, just the cost of recording everything. The way it used to work, you'd get signed and the label would front you all the money to be able to go record because it costs a lot of money to go in the studio. Now, I mean, you got kids with Pro Tools and stuff in their living room, 12 years old recording albums. You couldn't do that before. That the costs were astronomical back then.
Well, I heard a lot of it too has to do that, like, there's a lot of times that when you sign with a label is that they want you to change and be under their type of image, and they want you to do things that you don't want to do. That's where there's a lot of backlash too, is because, well, we want you to dress sexy, or we want you to do this, or we want you to have this to be your style. And it's like they're trying to change people, and it's like, well, that's not who I am, so I'm not going to do it.
Absolutely. That definitely happens. It depends on the label, depends on the deal, depends on your management. When you get to that level, especially, star status, not that I ever was, but when you get to that level, there's a lot of control. Funland put out an album, and when they recorded that album, the label actually rejected it. I don't know if you guys know who the Toadies are also.
Mm-hmm.
We were all part of that same group. The same thing happened to the Toadies. They signed, put out their album, Possum Kingdom blew up, and then it had to have been 6-7 years before their next album came out. They recorded an album, the label rejected it, said this isn't, we're not going to put this out. And that's the kind of stuff that happens all the way up even to the big boys. I mean, look at the stuff Prince went through with trying to release music and yeah, so absolutely. They try to control things, and just depends on what you negotiated in your contract and how much freedom you have. Tool's a great example of that. That's one of the things when they signed that they maintained was important to them, was to have creative control, not just of the music, but of the album covers, everything like that. So that stuff's all relative.
That's what kind of sucks about, the music industry, the record companies, they have certain ears and whatnot of music and whatever that they like and their own opinions, where the artists who are actually making the music, writing the music based on what they like and feel, well, they're creating album songs based on what they like and feel, and they take it to the company, and the company says, nah, we don't like this. It's like, well, we're the artists, we're the ones writing this music. This is what we think our fans would like, but yet the companies will still come back and say, nah, we don't like it. We're not putting it out.
Well, the real money is actually in who writes the music. That's why there's so many writers, and you'd be surprised how many artists you think write music and actually don't, or they have outside writers. And that's where the money comes in.
Especially in country.
Well, country's not country anymore.
Amen.
That is true.
Now, let me ask you this. Like, when people come to one of your guys' shows, what can they expect? Like, what genre will they see, kind of thing? So that way people know, like, if it's rock or if it's, what I'm saying, or what, a heavy metal, something. I mean, like, what can they expect with you guys?
Well, at the heart of it, we are a rock band. Dave was at the last show. We've kind of taken some changes. We're branching out in the genres. We're still always going to be a rock band. Probably, half of what we do is going to still remain rock, but we broke out some hip hop and stuff last time. California Love.
Oh shit!
Regulate.
I was gonna commend you guys on that, Mike. You guys did that really, really good. I'd like to see that in the playlist every now and again. I mean, that's why you got to give them the lickings. That's what 2025 is about, is giving them the lickings. You can't give them the whole thing. You just give them a lick. That's it, and make them come back for more. That's where that saying came from. So if anybody wants to know, that's where that came from.
I think California Love was probably one of the first rap songs that I actually knew all the words to. Like, and it's anytime it's like if we're on a road trip and I hear that opening, riff or whatever, it's just like, that's going up louder. Like, it's immediately turn it up right now, Yeah,
it got a good response the last time. But yeah, we're throwing in stuff like that. A little more country here and there. I mean, not a lot, but I come from a background before I moved here. I played music for a living in cover bands. We did weddings. I was part of that whole deal. Dance music. Dallas is huge as far as the cover band market. There are some of the biggest cover bands in the country are actually in Dallas.
No shit.
And I used to play 5-6 nights a week. I used to play over 300 shows a year, and that's all I did. But you can't get away with just playing rock music. You have to play dance stuff and all kinds of, basically keep the women dancing. That's what
The more people on the dance floor, that means you're doing something right.
Which
Chipper,
means
you must love that saying. You must love that saying.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just promoting.
So let me ask you this, Mike. What is something that you won't do song-wise? Like, is there something you won't touch? Like, you're going to stay away from?
Freebird.
That's a good one right there. Freebird is definitely a song we're not playing.
All I needed to hear.
And anything that's not popular. If you're in a cover band, man, you're not much different than a DJ. You're there to play to the masses, to what people know. Nobody wants to hear your personal favorite song that's on the B side that's never been on the radio.
Right.
It falls on deaf ears. My goal is to get people having a good time. We're the leaders of the party when we're there. I want women up dancing. I want guys buying drinks. The bar makes money. We make money. Everybody's happy.
Absolutely. And we had you guys going over to LaPorte because you guys were in. We're like one more, and then we're yelling, "Hey, give it up for Mike, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Chris. Give it up for Jeremy."
Good times.
There, and it was pretty good. And then, Mike, you've been doing this for a long time, man. What's the best venue that you've ever played at? Whether it be here, okay, we'll do it. Your best venue in Ohio and your best venue in Texas or wherever else you played. Your best two venues.
I really like the House of Blues. I've played them in several states. They're always fun. High Point was probably definitely playing Cowboy Stadium during one of the games. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
Kudos.
Congratulations on all your success.
Is Jerry's World as big as they make it out to be?
Yes. It's,
okay.
Ironically, we actually the day we played there, we had tornadoes come in and all kinds of crazy storm. We were actually trapped in there and couldn't load out for several hours. The stadium had cleared out, but by the time we had loaded all of our gear and everything, we were actually trapped. All the workers were trapped. I actually got to sit and watch the Steelers game, sitting from the stands on the Jumbotron up there, which was really cool.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Was that a regular season game that you?
Yeah.
It couldn't have been a playoff game.
Or I was.
No.
Well, it would only be a wild card round.
It's definitely not a playoff game.
No, there's a place here. Still like playing the Doghouse just because of the hometown crowd, which is always nice. We always have a good.
And you're right on top of everybody too, so that's got to be like, because if it's packed in there, like you ain't moving anywhere in that place.
Especially trying to get to the bar.
Time
or if you get
cool.
Or if Chipper gets to the bar, then he gets basically bitched at by a chick because he was cutting her in line or something. She thought.
Or get elbowed by some chick walking by trying to get through. Or anyways,
the gigs out on the island are pretty cool too. That's a good time.
Cleveland House of Blues? Did you play the Cleveland House of Blues?
I have not played Cleveland House of Blues. I've played in Florida. I've played obviously the Dallas one quite a bit. Almost got to play out in Hollywood. Gig got canceled, but
I actually like the Cleveland. I actually like the House of Blues because it is a smaller venue and there's really not a bad. I don't want to say seat because most of the area is standing room or whatever. But I actually like the House of Blues.
I've only been there once, but it wasn't bad. I saw Our Lady Peace there. They were pretty good.
Ooh, great band.
Yeah, they were a lot better live too. Like I wasn't expecting that because there's been a couple of concerts that I've been to, and it's like I liked Chevelle back in the day, and then I went and saw him live with a Shinedown concert, and I was like, oh god, you guys are fucking awful. And then it got to the point where if I knew they were on the card because it was Carnival of Madness or some tour like that where there's a couple bands, the minute Chevelle would come out, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette, I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I'm not even gonna bother watching this shit because they're that bad.
Yeah, they're sadly not a great band live.
No.
That sucks because I seen them too. They opened up for Five Finger Death Punch out of Blossom and they weren't pretty good. But I don't know if it's the sound at Five Finger or at Blossom, but a lot of bands don't sound good there. There's a lot of bands that don't sound good out there.
That's because they don't have Mike out there. That's why they don't have sound guy Mike.
Well, it's an outside. It's an outside amphitheater, so
but I mean, come on, you go to Rockin' on the River and it sounds amazing. But I mean, you got a big venue out there where Blossom's at, and it doesn't sound too good. Like Five Finger Death Punch sounded like shit there, and then they apologized.
I've heard a lot of stories about hit and miss with them live, though.
Yeah, I have too, but they got on their Facebook page and they publicly apologized for the sound out there because I don't know what was going on, but it didn't sound too good out there, and I was disappointed. Luckily, we only paid $35 for the tickets, but hey,
well, believe me, I've been to many of their shows, and I've never come across a bad show sound wise, and that's Shinedown. Like I don't know what it is with them. They put, dude, it could be acoustic and it's fucking on point. Like I don't know if it's just Brent's voice is just that amazing. I mean, I guess you could say that, like, you know, I've been like, however it is, but like, just Brent's just amazing. Like, he's one of the ones that his voice is awesome. Like, I don't think the dude can't sing any. Like, I mean, think about it. They got that damn him and Zach got that Smith and Myers, the acoustic, where they did like, you know, all the cover songs, and even that was an amazing, you know, group. Hell, they did the Righteous Brothers, fucking Unchained Melody.
Yeah, that he's a beast.
Even even my wife said, she goes, that had to, like, because she got to go to one show of theirs because she had never seen them, and she was like, that was probably the best concert I have ever been to, and she's been to a lot.
Mike, out of all the singers that are out there, who do you think that you are like a mix of? Like, if somebody hasn't heard,
he's Mike T, motherfucker. That's all he needs to be.
James, bitch.
No, you're Mike T, bitch.
I don't know, man, because I tend to mold my voice after, you know, whatever song we're doing. So I try to sound like that person. It's a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because it sounds more like the original artist. Bad because it's not really me. I don't know. I mean, I've got original stuff. I think the other night when we were at LaPorte, somebody told me I sounded a lot like Chris Daughtry.
That's a hell of a compliment.
That's not a bad thing, man.
No, I like Daughtry, actually. Yeah, he's one of the few American Idol guys that are
that actually did something.
Yeah. Well, one of the other
should have won.
Yeah, one of the other songs that you guys played that I liked, that I didn't think that you guys could knock it out the park, but you guys did it, was Red Solo Cup. You guys did that one really well. That was you guys that played Red Solo Cup, right?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Wait, I thought that was you guys.
Way to go, fuckface.
Yeah. How many green teas did you have?
Fuck, I don't know.
That night he had at least 3.
Yeah.
Because I was there.
Freaking amateurs.
Okay, I'm sorry. That
Not
wasn't
me.
you guys. My bad. It was the other Toby Keith song, right? Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy, right?
We do that song. We do.
There it is.
That's the song it was.
Country Girl. We do.
God damn.
Drink us Red Solo Cup.
Fuck, dude.
Red Solo Cup.
Probably would be a hard song to do.
Proceed to party.
See? The wife knows.
Yeah. Hey, I actually saw them with a Hailstorm a few years ago.
And that's the first time I ever heard of them. And Lizzie is fucking smoking hot, #1, and she has a hell of a voice on top of it.
They are great live.
Like, I was so pissed because the first show I went to, they opened, and they were better than the middle shit. It was like we had a good beginning and a good end with Shinedown. Everything in the middle was kind of you know. The one band I will say that was good, I never really was a fan of their. I mean, I wasn't not a fan.
You talking about the Pavilion?
It's the Cleveland Amphitheater or whatever it was. The Tower City Amphitheater is where I seen them.
Oh, okay.
And they're actually, they put on a hell of a show live. Is Sevendust.
Absolutely,
dude. That leads, like, I got goosebumps talking about it now because I'm thinking back. Like, the stage presence of their lead singer was just enough for the price of admission. Just watching him kill it on stage.
It's actually,
they're amazing.
Was it Chad Kroger from Nickelback actually said that's the one band you do not want to go on after? They will wipe the floor with you.
Mm-hmm. How do you follow that?
And Nickelback's great live too. I know that's a sore subject for a lot of people, but
I don't get that, Mike. Mike, I don't get that. Like,
I don't either.
That's a good band.
Okay, let me ask you. Let me get your opinion on this, Mike. Nickelback or Creed? Who's worse?
I like them. I love Nickelback's one of my favorite bands.
Don't you dare say a bad word about Creed. Don't you?
I don't mind Creed. I think Scott Stapp's a bit of a douche, but
a lot of people do.
You can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, they write great songs. Nickelback was actually kind of the new Creed in that they just got so much hate. It's because they're crossovers.
Right.
It's
well, I don't know if you guys know this, but Nickelback actually had a connection to Illyria.
Really?
Yeah, there's a drive-through on Broad Street. The old owner, his son actually was like he was like a tour manager or something of them. He had some sort of involvement with them, but like before they hit it big and before it fucking went defunct, they were actually shopping at Midway and Great Northern malls when they were in town before they were big. Like to think that they had that little connection and they were here and they were hanging out here before they hit it big. Like it's kind of a cool little tidbit that a lot of people don't know about. And I just never understood, like, people get like, they're Nickelback fans and they're like, oh, you're gay. It's like, no, I just like good music. It has nothing to do with it. Like, you know what I mean?
It was cool. It was cool to hate them somehow.
Right.
Like, I don't know how that came about, but
I mean, think about it too.
They not like them.
They were so good at one point. They were actually weren't they not the fucking opening for Raw?
Yes.
Yeah, what? I think so.
Yes,
we were. Actually, back in Monterey, California, I was in a band called Neverland, and we actually opened for them at a place called the Long Bar. I mean, this is back before they got big. It was right before Leader of Men off of Curb came out, and cool fucking guys. Those guys can fucking party. Holy shit. Oh my God.
Gail
it took me a couple days to recover from that one.
Songs sound the same. So Mike, you've made your way through Texas. You made your way through California. You're here in Ohio. What brings you here? And then how did you get into the music scene here?
Well, I was obviously living back in Dallas, had a pretty good job, but COVID came and man, it just jacked everything up. House prices, everything just went stupid crazy. Everybody moved to Dallas during COVID because the real estate was great and it's just a booming area. And I just got to where I couldn't afford things anymore. I got headhunted for a job here, started thinking about it, and they're going to pay me more here than what I made out there. Cost of living's, obviously a lot lower. And it was one of those, either continue living, paycheck to paycheck, barely getting by, or move here and take on a job where the company I work for now, I mean, we just had a guy retire last Tuesday that's been there 47 years.
Holy shit.
Oh.
The guy that I replaced has been there 30 years. Wow. Lots of people like that. We had another guy retire that had been there actually 51 years.
Ooh, wow.
The owner of the company started there when he was 15. The owner who started the company took him under his wing, taught him, put him through college. He was running the company when he was like 22 years old when the owner retired to Florida, and he eventually bought the business. And so, jobs like that don't exist much these days.
Right. All right, Mike, settle the dispute. Is everything bigger in Texas like they say?
Depends on what you're referring to.
Good answer. Good answer.
What was that about the Lickens?
We know the women are a lot different. That's for sure.
That is definitely true. Everything's a lot different. It's obviously, you guys know, here's the blue collar mentality. Also, when me and my wife left Texas, it wasn't the Texas we were used to. There's so many people from it. It reminds me a lot of California now, actually.
Really? Now, how hard was it, like, when you told her, like, you were thinking about coming to Ohio? Like, how was it to get her on board?
Oh, I mean, I just told her, this is what's on the table. If she wasn't interested, we wouldn't do it.
Right.
But
no, I mean, because sometimes you get those guys that are just like, no, I'm fucking doing it. It's like you either go or you don't. Like, they don't give them that option. Like, well, you got married for a reason, so you should obviously work it out and figure it out, a plan together. That's the whole point of being a team,
Exactly. No, she was cool with it. She's actually gotten a better job here. We're both doing better off here. I mean, like I said, we went from, maybe having, getting a paycheck and having, maybe enough to go to McDonald's, once a month to, I mean, not bragging or anything, but, I don't have to worry about that shit anymore.
Right.
And it's nice. I like that there's a lot less traffic here. Life's a little bit more chill. And so I used to drive an hour and 15 minutes, the same distance I drive right now.
Jesus Christ. Shit.
Oh, California was worse. It was 2 hours. each way to drive 30 miles. Driving was a fucking part-time job.
Yeah. And you don't get paid drive time.
Exactly.
Fuck all that. I got to know. You got all these nice little guitars there behind you. Which one's your... I'd say I'm sure there's more. How long did it take you to accumulate those?
Not that long. I go through them. I have my main ones. You can kind of see the red and blue one, and the purple. There's another one. Let's see if I can get that over there. Those 4 are my main ones. The other 2 over there come and go. There's a whole rack over to the side over here. You can't see. You can kind of see a little bit over there in the corner. I trade them out and get stuff, but those are my main ones.
I'm intrigued by the one by the door. What exactly is that?
That is, let me grab that.
Just because of the design, I'm trying to figure out like what it was. You know, it just looks badass.
Oh, it is badass.
So, you know who Queensryche is, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Sweet, dude. That's
Queensryche symbol.
That is awesome.
It's a cheap piece of junk guitar. I found it in Maryland when I was buying my first Paul Reed Smith guitar. It was hanging on the wall, and I was like, I've got to have that. I mean, I think I paid $150 for it. You don't play it. It's like I said, it's a cheap piece of junk, but it's a cool piece of wall art.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, that's nice. It is beautiful.
I've always loved that symbol, the Queensryche symbol. Yeah, for some reason, I've always liked. I mean, obviously, I like their
music. So, Mike, I know that you got a new guitar for Christmas. Have you played that yet? Because I know Jody was telling us about it at
Laporte.
Yeah,
that would be this one.
Did he use it to play Red Solo Cup?
Ooh,
oh, nice.
Only played it in here yet. Obviously, we haven't had a gig yet, so.
Okay. So, how are you liking that thing?
It's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, it's obviously going to have a special place in my heart since my wife got it for me.
Now, out of all your guitars that you have right now, Mike, I would assume that that's your favorite one, or no?
This is my baby right here.
That purple?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Oh yeah, it is.
Is that a 6-string?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a
Look at Chipper acting like he knows what the fuck he's talking about.
It's helping the neck that there are more strings than normal.
Right.
I mean, excuse me.
This is actually the brand is called Warrior. They're a Christian company out of they're in Georgia. Boutique luthier, very high end. Their guitars are absurdly expensive, and this was actually gifted to me from John Viola, who owns the Live 80 band back in Dallas that I used to play for. After I joined the band, about a year in, he gave this to me as a gift, and something I could probably never hope to afford on my own. And it's I am, again, not bragging or anything because I didn't pay for it, but this is like a $5,000 guitar.
Wow. Nice work, Mike.
Oh, they have ones that are way more expensive. They get into some crazy stuff with what they build, but this is definitely my baby.
Now, when people that might get interested in trying to learn how to play, like what advice would you give them, towards it? Because I know it's not easy. It takes a lot of practice, but like what advice do you give people for that?
Number one, stick with it. It's going to be frustrating at first. But the cool thing nowadays with YouTube and all that stuff, there's so much stuff to go online and watch and learn from. I didn't have that. For me, it was, every month for the new Guitar World magazine to come out that had tablature in it so I could learn this song. The other thing I would definitely suggest to anybody would be to take lessons and learn theory and learn music, because I didn't do any of that. I just skipped to wanting to learn songs. I can't tell you what I'm playing. I can play just about anything, but I can't tell you what it is.
What would you say would be your favorite song to play?
It's hard to say.
Well, there's like certain people that are like with November Rain, like everybody always wants to learn Slash's solos. You know what I mean? Like it's just always been a thing like that. People want to learn that, or like the guys that pick up the guitar because they want to play this song.
Right. I don't know. Lately, I've really been enjoying with the band, at least when we play Separate Ways. That's a fun one to play. It's a fun one to sing, challenging one to sing.
Mm-hmm.
Another reason why we want another guitar player, because some of that stuff is, it takes me a lot of time sitting here, not to learn the song, but to get to where the muscle memory of to be able to play that and sing it. I have to be able to not be thinking about what's going on down here at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get into the rap stuff, and that's almost impossible. I can't play California Love and sing it. There's just no way.
There's too much going on.
Exactly.
But I mean, you can't go wrong with Journey, though.
No.
Absolutely.
Everybody loves Journey. Try to stay away from, the Don't Stop Believing, just because everybody fucking does it.
That's true.
Chipper made he said, what's up, Chipper? Come on.
Another song that I'm just so sick and tired of hearing.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
I would listen to that on repeat for fucking a week straight rather than listen to Freebird one fucking time again.
That's true.
I agree with you there, Adam, on that. Yes, I agree.
I always like going like back in the days when we would go to the bar scene. I swear to God, I called that the white girl anthem because it was like I get wasted and she want to go hear fucking Freebird. It's like, no, I don't want to hear that shit. I'm sick of hearing it.
See, I always hear the girls asking more for like the Don't Stop Believing. That's
oh God,
that's white girl wasted sing along right there.
No, yeah, but
sure.
Fucking Freebird. Sure. And the bad thing is like I'm going to ask you this because I'm a big Shinedown guy. I always say, and I get a lot of shit for this, that Simple Man by Shinedown's version is better than the original.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've had people argue with me about that.
Speaking of Simple Man, I do have a video of Papa BG karaokeing it last night that I'm going to put up in the chat. It's fucking hilarious.
Lord.
It is hilarious. Mike, I'm going to send it to you too. Maybe he could fill in for you when but I'll send it to you so you can get your laugh. But anyway, Mike, Adam asked
the night off.
Adam asked you that. Let's get back to how did you get involved into a band up here? We know that you got your job up here.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no. No, you're okay, Adam. You're okay. How did you get involved into the music industry up here?
Well, once I got settled a little bit, just started looking some groups on Facebook ads for people looking for singers and whatnot. I'm a singer at heart. I love guitars. I love playing guitar, but I'm really a singer. That's what I like to do. Answered an ad, and actually there's a band that just played Doghouse the other night that I was actually briefly a part of while they were starting up, called The Heat. That was the first group I hooked up with, and it just wasn't getting off the ground fast enough, so I kind of bailed from that, and I really also didn't want to do disco music again.
So is there like apps, there's dating sites and this and that. Is there like a singersonly.com page where you guys can fill out ads to become like to find gigs and shit for new bands?
There are some places like that, but there's Facebook groups, which is where a lot of people post, which is how I found this band, which was actually, there was the guy who's no longer in the band, Dan Howdy, I think is how you say his last name. He was actually putting together a band, and he had been trying to do it for a while, and I answered his ad looking for a singer, went out there, spent probably 9 months getting a bass player, drummer, practicing, drummer left. That's when Chris came in, Chris Liebhart, Sticks. I don't know if he's even, I think he said he was going to be watching, but I don't know. Went through some bass players and, took forever. We got everything ready. Played our first couple. First gig was at JT's.
Yep.
We were there.
Played a couple of other gigs, and it was actually our debut gig at the local. And it was a bad gig.
I was there.
Yeah, it was our sound person cost us gigs.
Let's not talk about your sound person.
Our bass player cost us gigs that night. I mean, we lost all of our gigs at the locals, both locations, because of that night.
Hey, he's late to the party, but Sticks is in the party.
What's up, Chris?
So you're saying Dave was your sound guy that night?
No. We had
Alan Keller.
Better than their fucking sound guy. I did it at fucking Venue 18. You over there cracking on me, Chipper.
Our sound person back then was actually a very good sound person, but they were used to doing original heavy metal shows, and everything was just too loud. It drove a lot of people. Same thing at JT's. That's why nobody wanted to come up to the front of the stage. It was absurdly loud. And then our bass player was stoned and drunk and couldn't play, and just it was.
I tell you what, he needs a gig. He'd be perfect for Puddle of Mud.
Adam just bringing the hits today,
right?
The last couple of weeks I have been.
Yeah, exactly. But Mike, so then you guys, that band kind of defunct, and then you
Correct.
and Chris stayed, and you guys came up with the name Pushing Daisies, and now it's just the three of you, which people don't realize who's in the band. It's Mike, the lead singer, Styx is on the drums, and then you got Jeremy. How did Jeremy come involved into this?
Well, ironically, that gig at the local, we were already having problems with our bass player, so we had talked to Jeremy and were basically getting ready to bring him into the fold anyways. This just kind of accelerated everything. That gig was on a Friday. I can't remember. It was a Friday or a Saturday night. And this all went down over the course of that weekend. And we had gigs at Time Warp and somewhere else. I think it was the Doghouse the next Friday and Saturday. And we literally parted ways with Dan, brought Jeremy in. I spent the next 2 or 3 days learning everything on guitar. And we went to Time Warp and played as a 3-piece, having never played as a 3-piece, never played with Jeremy on stage, and basically pulled the gig out of our ass.
Yeah, and I mean,
it went pretty well, actually.
Yeah, it went pretty well. And I know I tell you this, and I tell Chris this all the time, and Jeremy, you guys are getting better and better each and every show, and now we could talk about this because you talked about it off the air, and Jeremy kind of let the cat out the bag last night. So you guys are actually looking for a new band member, correct?
Correct. We're actually looking for a lead guitar player because I don't want to be behind the guitar all the time. I want to be free to go around, go out into the crowd, or be a front man. Do what a front man does.
Do that stage presence.
Exactly. Being stuck here like this the whole time makes that hard to
boring.
do.
Now, let me ask you this: and like when you were saying like how you came up here and you were putting in these different ads or whatever for guys that were asking for bands, like what goes into the audition? Like, is it something where you walk in and you tell them you're going to sing this, this, and this, or how does that work out? And like, give an idea of what you got to go through and like an audition, like, and stuff like that.
Depends on the ad a lot. Some people want to see video and stuff first. Not a bad thing. Everybody wants to come audition, and you want to make sure people know that they can play and whatnot. You don't want, Joe Blow, who just got his first guitar, 3 months ago. Oh yeah, I'm ready to be in a band. It's a waste of your time.
I can shred, bro, and he can't do shit.
Exactly. Can't even tune his guitar.
Right.
Typically, at least with cover bands and whatnot, I'm sure it's the same for original bands. The band is going to give you the list of songs to audition. Okay. So you walk in and, all right, yeah, I got, these 4 ready. Let's go through it. And depending on how that goes, like when we auditioned Chris walked in and we played a bunch of stuff that we'd picked out for him. And then he started calling out other stuff that he knew. And we just started jamming stuff, and it was clearly a fit. And
it goes basically from an audition to a jam session.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, when it goes well, then there's also the times where somebody walks in and they're horrid and you can't wait to get them out the door. You're trying to be nice. We had this one drummer guy that auditioned. He walked in. This guy was not in shape at all. And after about 1, maybe 2 songs, he's like, excuse me, guys. He went upstairs, and I think he went up and threw up in the bathroom. I'm not kidding. He was sweating and we're like, nice guy, but we're like, I'm trying to find a nice way to like, all right, yeah, let's, cool. Yeah, we'll call you. Oh, well, I can do some more. Like,
Yeah, we don't need to see anymore. We've seen enough, thanks.
That's some prejudice, but Chris is a really good drummer. We've known Chris for a while. He's a really good drummer, so it doesn't surprise us, I guess, that he fit in so well and so quickly with you guys.
And the playing's part of it, but also the camaraderie and make sure everybody can get along. That's a huge part of it as well.
And with the competition, when it comes to tribute bands and cover bands and whatnot. You know, your Four Locos, your Bad Juju's,
What?
and all these other bands that are out there. You know, how difficult is it to get places lined up to play? Because I know that certain bands or whatever talk about they have to start booking gigs now or even at the end of the year.
I'm glad you asked that question because that was one of the things that me and Jeremy talked about last night. So go ahead, Mike. I'll let you answer that.
Yeah, that's different stuff with that. I'm not sure where to start on that. Go ahead, Dave.
I think it's some of the following that people bring. Okay, yes. So for instance, I'm gonna use a band as an example. If you call it NSI, the Northern Stamping, or NSB, Northern Stamping Band, and you don't have a following and whatnot, you're not going to bring the people there. If you're a new startup band within a year or so, just like these guys are, you're going to have to build your following by booking yourself shows, whether it be a smaller show or a bigger venue. You're going to have to build that camaraderie with the fans and whatnot and get out there and put your name out there. You need to be everywhere. And sometimes you don't need to take the big dollar amount to put yourself out there.
Right. You
have to play for what they think you're worth. And people may get mad about that, but you have to know your worth in this industry. Just like, you know, how much, because I don't know how much Mike can then make a show. So here's an example. So if you're a startup band, I would say if you want to play 3-4 hours, your price range is probably $800 to about $1,200. Is that a pretty good start off rate, Mike? If you're just starting up?
It can be lower than that, actually.
Yeah. Okay. So that comes from it. But you got to have the following. You got to have the people to come there. Then you got to say, oh, hey, you know, are you coming? Because there's a lot of people say, hey, we're going to come to show and support you. And then that never happens.
Well, I guess that's the point of my question is being a kind of a startup band like they are and not having the following like other bands do. How hard for them to get bookings and whatnot, since there's so much competition out there. The other bands that have the followings and whatnot are booking up all these places. How difficult is it for a startup band?
It can be.
Get a booking.
Fortunately for us, you know, I mean, my experience here is limited because I'm still new here. You know, Chris obviously has a following, has a lot of people that he knows from being in Bad Juju. Jeremy has a lot of people he knows from his DJing stuff and the bands he's done, which helps us quite a bit. It's a double-edged sword because, you know, when you're playing original music, like most of us used to do back in the days, that's always the thing. You get put on these gigs and it's all about how many people you can bring. You transfer to cover bands because the nice thing about it is a bar should have kind of its own crowd that comes in and we're there to entertain.
Right.
But a lot of the when you're starting out, a lot of those smaller bars want you to bring people because let's face it, we're musicians, but we're there to sell alcohol.
All right.
At the end of the day, that's all that matters. They don't care if 500 people show up or 5 people show up. They care what the bar totals are at the end of the night. 5 people walk in and spend $5,000 each. That's a hell of a lot better than 500 people who spend, you know, $2 each.
Hey, Dave, do me a favor. If you're gonna flip the camera off, at least put it to where we can see it, and not just like that's all I saw was this. There you go.
Well, why are you deporting me? What the?
Did you not see Willie's comment? He's like, "Oh, this isn't."
He posted it up real quick.
Yes,
took it down.
But yeah, think about that. That was one little joke that started because we have the Busted newspaper page, which has all people's mugshots.
Right.
Our buddy just for shits and giggles just started putting deported. He's got motherfuckers giving him death threats in his fucking inbox. Like, it's a fucking joke. Like, and it took off to the point where, like, you got people that get in there like, where's he being deported to now? Like, they're asking him questions about where he wants to. Like, it just blew the fuck up one little joke. It's just funny as shit how it worked out.
That is pretty funny, and the whole get your lickings thing gets taken off too because Jeremy even said it to me last night at the fucking doghouse, and I'm like, oh yeah, so that's taken off. But Mike, not only selling beer, it's also the bar you go to. It's got to be kind of a bar where there's not a lot of trouble at, because I know that there's
no chicken wires on the stage.
Yeah, no chicken wires on the stage.
So no sidelines.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't been to sidelines.
Wow.
I haven't been there either.
So I mean, it's that, and then you got to have good food, and you got to be very respectful to the venue and whatnot. Because I've heard some horror stories from Mike, or not from Mike, but from Eric at the Doghouse about certain bands that he will not book again. He's like, dude, I'm not booking them because of this.
Loco.
Oh, that never ceases.
Well, I had something in my throat.
Wow, dude. Wow. But anyway, that's part of it too. And again, you're saying that it's hard to get gigs with a new startup band and whatnot, because I think you guys are going into you're coming up on your anniversary of a year together with you guys, correct?
Yeah, I think that'll be it won't be until I think May.
But it's still coming up on a year.
Yeah. Our first show, I think our first show was
March 18th at JT's.
I believe so, yeah.
That was amped.
But it's still considered Mike and Chris,
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. So their first show was March 18th because it was kind of a double header. Bad Juju played, and then we came over. We came over to see you guys play and whatnot. So you guys are coming up on your year, man. And in this year that you guys have been together with you guys, what progress have you seen, and what do you need to improve on moving forward?
Well, kind of like we were talking about earlier, we're still kind of finding ourselves. When we started this thing, it was strictly rock. It was 90s alternative with some 2000s alternative rock. And man, there's a lot of bands that do that right now. And there's a lot of bands that do it well. That's where I'm trying to take what I've done in the past, with some of the variety, bring in, some of the country, some of the hip hop, a little bit of the more pop music, still keep it with a rock flavor, but do something a little different instead of trying to compete with everybody that's doing all the same stuff. I mean, it seems like every week I see on Facebook, I see some new band already that's doing, 90s alternative rock. And that's great. That's my bread and butter. That's what I grew up on. That's what I love. But there's already so many people doing it. The best way to get on top of any scene is to do something a little bit different. And that's what we're kind of trying to do. That's what we're getting the new guitar player, revamping the set list. Laporte was a big kind of kickoff for that. If you'd seen us before and then you were at that gig, we threw a lot of different stuff. We kicked up the light show a lot.
I was a big fan, Mike. I liked it.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, Laporte's also one of the better venues because it's a little bit bigger, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it goes around the back or whatever. Yeah. So, it's a nice place to go watch a live band and show support. So it's just support the bar and the band. So I don't mind Laporte. I actually like it.
Yeah. I've always loved playing, the places where you can kind of they're a little more, more homey in a way, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Nice to have like kind of a home base like that. We don't play Doghouse a lot, but I would still kind of consider that our home base just because, with Jeremy, everything he does there, every time we play there, we always seem to have a really great crowd. But we really haven't ventured too far out. I think we played Parma Tap House once. I think that's as far east as we've gone so far.
Amy says, good job at Laporte.
Oh, thank you.
See, but I think we need, since Dave, you're always trying to set up shows and stuff for bands. I see like a triple header here.
Hey, listen, you already know I have this in the works, and I'm trying to work on that because we hired Mike and him to do a show at the racetrack. Mike, by the way, how did you think that was?
I really wish we would have been free to play the night after like you'd wanted us to. I think it would have been, we met a lot of cool people, but obviously it was the crowd wise was a lot smaller than had it not been just for the practice, obviously.
Hey, listen, and everybody there absolutely loved you guys and your guys' energy that you brought in. That's why they were asked to bring you back. So Junior is actually allowing me to do some things this year with bands and whatnot. So I'm working on the triple header, Adam. I know we got Bad Juju booked. I know we got Old 95, and we also have you guys booked. So 3 good bands.
No, I'm saying we need the same day, all 3 bands.
That's what I'm working on.
We need a festival.
Yes.
Well,
Red Wine Fest.
Yeah. There you go. So
they're working on starting a band named Bad, another band with a number 4, and then
no 4 is allowed.
Hey, listen, I'm working.
Why not work it out and set it up? Which I don't know how you would do it because it'd probably be too hard or too expensive. But the landing.
Where's that at?
Black River or
the one in Lorraine there.
Hold on. You're talking about the fucking Rocking on the River.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying, or that's like that stage.
Yeah. Listen, I got some things that I can work on. If I do pull that off, it could either be one of these two places. It could be JT's or it could be the Doghouse. I'm in very good with them or the racetrack. So I'll do my best to have that done. And yes, it will be them three bands and whatnot. So yes, let me work on that. But we got to sell tickets, Adam. You're going to have to help me sell tickets, get sponsorship for that. I have no problem doing that at all. That was one of my goals a long time ago. I think I brought that up to you a couple of years back about doing a Red Line Fest where we had, a couple bands lined up and whatnot. But yeah, let me work on that. I'm pretty sure that I can get that taken care of.
Well, I say Red Line Fest, but I know damn well they'll probably change to Get Those Lickings Fest or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag Wall and Check Productions presents.
No. It'll be the Get the Lickings tour.
There you go.
Wow.
Sounds like a party.
Hey,
connections to Wall and Check Productions.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I can get Jones Bones to cater some food. I'm pretty sure that I can get us some stuff out there. So yeah, Adam, you got my mind going. Yes, I would love to do that. That's one of my things. Let me work on that. But Mike, so then you guys were talking. Where were we at? You were talking about adding a guitarist to your guys' group, correct? Now, correct. How did they go about auditioning? How did they go about getting a hold of somebody in the band to even try out?
We're actually just getting ready to get started on that. Like I said, we'll start posting ads here. I mean, obviously, we'll put something on our on the Pushing Daisies Facebook page, and then all those Ohio musicians Facebook groups we'll post in there. The main thing is just finding. I mean, fortunately, with looking for a guitar player, that's the easiest position to find. Guitar players are. The joke is, they're a dime a dozen. The main thing is finding somebody that's good, of course, but somebody that fits in with us. That's the most important part. Because there's just nothing worse than when you have somebody that's a great player, but you guys just don't click.
You don't want to hang out with them every weekend.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
Dave, Heather's volunteering to help you with the Red Line Fest.
Well, whoever wants to help me out, we'll start putting it together. So yeah, let's get through this first, and then we'll start planning shit. So go ahead, Mike.
Yeah. So, I mean, this year might be a little slower for us. Like I said, when we were explaining how this all came about, we got thrust into this pretty quick as far as being a 3-piece when everything fell apart with Amped. So we never really had time to stop. And I mean, like we played our first 5 or 6 shows, changing the set list and stuff like that without ever practicing. Everybody learned their parts at home, and we went on stage and played brand new songs without ever practicing as a band. I think we didn't have our first practice as me, Jeremy, and Chris. God, I don't think it was until like August or September. I mean, we just kept rolling. We had all those gigs booked, and we just rolled through it. And to go further on how I was talking about, the 90s stuff, and that's just something now that we're taking a step back. We're analyzing our set. We're coming up with something we feel is a little bit different and kind of our direction. Instead of being just a 90s rock band, we want to be what's called a party band. You're still going to hear, My Own Worst Enemy and all the small things and stuff like that everybody loves. But, then you're going to hear a California Love or Country Girl or Tonight, and, stuff like that. A little, even Bruno Mars, stuff like that. There's going to be some left turns at Albuquerque, if you will. But it's all going to be stuff that people know and can dance to and have a good time to and sing along, and that's the goal.
How were you personally able to deal with the change from what you're doing, playing, like you said, Jerry's World and all big venues and constantly being able to play and whatnot, and then you come here and you've been in multiple different bands and haven't been able to be in consistently play or have consistent gigs that play on a regular basis. How much for you personally did that take a toll on you mentally?
Not as much as you would think, actually. I wanted to take a step back. I don't want to play every Friday, Saturday night anymore. I'm getting a little bit older. I'm married now. Back in my days when I was playing for a living, I was single and that was my life. I mean, I got up at, 2 p.m, started getting ready, had to, do load ins and load outs and all that good stuff. And that was my life. I walked away from that because there's not a retirement for a cover band musician. As you get older, it gets harder. And, I've done things that most people can only dream of. I've achieved a lot of goals that I wanted to do, but, now I have a really good day job. I'm married and I want to be able to do things with my wife on some weekends. I just don't want to be out in bars, every Friday and Saturday night anymore. So that part's not hard for me. The larger venues and all that'll come when the band gets bigger. I just love to play. That's when I'm on stage. That's when everything else in the world fades away and problems at work I don't have to think about anymore. It's just I love music. I always have, and that's my happy place up there.
Cool. So I'll throw this question up at you real quick, and this will go out to all the guys if they want to chime in. We were talking about favorite bands and music and whatnot. Journey, Frontiers, or Boston's first album?
Always going to go with Journey.
Okay.
And it should have been gone.
Just because I'm a bigger Journey fan than Boston. So
okay.
So are you a basketball fan? You ever seen that movie?
I have seen it, but I've only seen it once.
Oh, okay. Okay. We've seen it multiple times.
Have you ever seen Dumb and Dumber?
Yes. So you're telling me there's a chance.
Chipper's still the only one on this video that has not seen Dumb and Dumber. The only one.
Never seen it.
It's okay. My wife hasn't seen any Star Wars.
Oh my! How are you still married to her?
She's pretty awesome. So
of course, Chris says Boston.
I knew he would say that because it's tattooed on his arm.
Hey,
is it?
Chris, real quick, I just sent you a text message. Reply back to me because Mike wants to know too. I forgot what date I booked you guys at the racetrack.
No wonder you didn't answer.
Yeah. So you guys need a new guitarist. Or you guys are auditioning for one? You don't need one. Whenever you guys get one, it'll happen, right? You guys don't announce it, but you guys will still continue to take shows on whatnot for 2025, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah. So what is your goal for 2025? Is there any place, any venue that you guys want to play in?
God, the other guys could probably answer that a lot better than I could, just because I'm still learning the venues around here.
What about Rocking on the River?
I've heard it's amazing. I would definitely like to do it. Men of Rock sounds pretty cool. Actually, my buddies just played there from Dallas last year. I have some friends that are in a Def Leppard tribute band. They actually travel around the country playing, called Def Legend.
So have you been to Rocking on the River at all? Have you been down
I have
there?
not.
I suggest, Mike, that you and Jody take a week and go down there, or a weekend and go down there and check out the music. And as soon as you walk in there, you'll be like, yes, this is where I want to play. Yes. Because it's a nice venue. The environment's nice down there. It's right on the river, dude. And listen, these fucking people get into it. Shane, you were down there. Tell them how is the energy down there?
It was, well, fortunately, I guess for me, I was at one of the most attended weekends there. I went and saw Bad Juju, and they opened for Queen Nation.
Yeah.
So there was a ton of people there, and the atmosphere was amazing. It was like electricity. The river right there. The vendors are great. I mean, it's just a great outside venue in Lorain County. Me personally, I don't live up that way, so I'm always traveling to see these guys or other bands and whatnot. So, but I mean, up that way, that's it. I think that's it to play there.
And they're actually renovating the stage.
Yes. Have they started that yet?
I know it's supposed to be done by,
for this year.
Yeah, it's supposed to be done in time for this year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I heard it wouldn't be done till 2026. So yeah. So Donnie says the Palace in Lorain. think that would be a great place for 3 bands there. In my opinion, that's a lot of money to come up with. But listen, let me see where I can get this taken care of, because Adam's got my mind rolling here. And
I thought Donnie's got a good point. I thought of that place too. Palace.
Yeah, Mike Horvath runs that place, so I'd have to get a hold of Mike. Well, he doesn't run that place. He does the sound and whatnot there, but I'm pretty cool with Mike Horvath, so we'll see how that goes. Just stay tuned for that stuff. But yeah, Mike, getting to the Rocking on the River thing, man, that would be huge for you guys. I know Chris says that Rocking Out Cancer gig was real big for you guys.
That was God, I don't know how many people were there, but it was a lot. I've definitely seemed like 1,000, couple of thousand. I'm not sure what the exact count was. More impressive was the amount of money they raised for cancer and for the.
It's a great event. It's a great event.
A lot of fun. Great stage. It's one of those. They bring in one of those semi-trailer stages that folds down and all that. Just great people all the way around. Great event. Not to brag or anything, but I think we had the best response out of there. Just people went nuts for us. We had a great time, and it was just overall good experience.
And another thing about people, or you guys being a startup band, or not a startup band, but going into your year and coming up on that, what you got to do as people is, listen, you can't criticize bands till you go see them. Go support these local bands, whether you like.
Wow, I feel attacked.
No, I'm just saying that because I'm bringing this up to Shane on the conversation that me and Shane had with when he went to go see Alt 95 for the first time, because Brad and them were ripping him about. Go ahead and take it through. It was a little inside joke and whatnot.
Yeah, Mike. So on this show, I'm the pseudo huge Bad Juju fan. I mean, it is what it is. And let's be honest. Chris got me involved in going to the band. I've been friends with Chris for probably 13 or 14 years. So, and whatever happened there happened. I still latched onto that band. I've seen Chris play with.
You latched onto the band or Cad's nuts?
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Anyways, so I started to set. Dave was like, dude, you got to go see the other bands. I'm like, okay, I will. So I went and saw Alt 95, and everybody has their own. You have to find your own thing, and I think Alt 95 has their thing, and I believe that you guys are going to become great with your thing, and I think with you guys deciding to add a guitar player is going to perpetually push you forward faster.
Yes.
So that you can concentrate on being the front man.
As since you said you're the Bad Juju fan, I'll say this. They were actually the first band in Ohio that I saw that I actually liked. I went and saw some other bands before that I don't even know if I remember the names of them, but even if I did, I wouldn't do that. But I was less than impressed. And then I had heard about Bad Juju, and we actually saw them. Me and my wife went and saw them at Time Warp. Like, all right, finally a band that can play.
And it's at Time Warp's an excellent venue for bands like you guys. I feel.
Yeah. Time Warp is a venue for all bands. So if you guys are trying to get out there, if you guys got any bandmates that are listening, try to get yourself booked at Time Warp. Yes,
that's in Strongsville, right?
No,
Westlake.
Westlake.
One of Chipper's favorite places where he goes and tapes old men dancing.
Oh my!
So many punchlines.
I still got that video.
And he got them lickings that night.
Still got that video?
He does have the video, Mike.
I still have the old man dancing.
Is that an OnlyFans video?
No.
The dude could pass for Chipper's brother.
No.
Yes.
Close.
Yes, he could.
When the dude was dancing, he was barely moving. At least I may have a bad hip, but at least I can still move and dance when I want.
I can't dance to save my life. The only reason it's even considered okay is because I'm
just add alcohol. Just add enough alcohol. You won't even remember.
There you go.
No, when you're the singer of the band, you can do whatever the fuck you want, and it looks cool.
That's true.
You take me out of the band and throw me on a dance floor, and people are going,
"Who the fuck is this guy?
What the fuck is that?"
Hey, Shane, when pushing daisies makes it big, how are you going to split time between the two bands?
I'll find time.
He's going to rely on Dave to book us on these triple bills so he can see all of us at the same time.
Yeah.
God damn, you guys putting all this
Thanks,
fucking
Mike.
pressure on me. It's okay. It's okay. I love having the pressure on me. We'll get it taken care of. I got a price in my head that I will talk to the bands about and see if that's feasible for them. But yes, I mean, we're gonna try our hardest in 2025.
Try bus trips too.
$1 million.
1 million.
Doll hairs.
If I had $1 million in a great venue, we'd be fucking having bands 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 1 week straight.
Fuck that! I'd rent out a beach and just go have at it.
There you go.
Hey,
Warm weather.
Whatever's clever. But yeah, we'll work on Redline Fest 2025.
Mike, wait, so that's good. That's going to be the official name of it. Redline Fest.
Redline Fest.
There you go, kids. Get the hashtag going.
You heard it here first.
2025.
It'll be Redline Fest with the tour. Get them lickings. Get the lickings tour, and we will sell shirts for that. We will get shirts made. Hey, where can we get shirts made at, Shane?
Incredible keepsakes. Call Mike and Diane.
Absolutely. Hey, don't forget, Mike, if you guys need any merchandise, you guys can look. I know Chris does it too. I don't want to take away from Chris, but you guys can look up Incredible Keepsakes. They're right in Avon, down the road from you guys, Mike. So if you want a 1 or 2 off shirt, look them up. Anything for Jody, anything for yourself, look them up. Tell them that Redline Radio sent you, and they'll take care of you.
Speaking of, where's
There's
my
the number?
I put the order in, so it'll be done whenever they get done. I know they're busy.
I know it's cold outside.
It is cold outside. It
ain't gonna matter. Come this week, you're gonna need a lot more than just a hoodie.
You'd be surprised. I walk around in 40-degree weather in shorts and a t-shirt.
Donnie says Redline Lickens tour.
That sounds like an OnlyFans type of tour.
Yeah. So we'll get that worked out. But Mike, so you guys got 1 show booked in 2025. That's at the Doghouse. Or 2 shows actually, the racetrack show and the Doghouse. What's the date for the Doghouse show?
Oh dear God.
Way to put the man on the spot, Dave.
He put me on the spot, so I figured I'd do the same thing for him.
August 22nd, same day as the racetrack.
Yeah. No, I can't. It's either the end of March or early April. I can't remember. Jeremy booked it, so.
Okay, well, I'm going to talk to Jeremy tomorrow. I'll get that taken care of because me and Jeremy are working on a few things too. So yeah, so we got that coming up, and what else you want to talk about here, Mike? I mean, the floor is yours. How do you said that you seen Bad Juju your first time here. Now, with you being a lead man of a cover band and whatnot, do you tend to go watch other bands and see maybe what you can bring?
Scouting.
What you can bring to your show and what songs you guys do or don't want to play?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. Anytime I go to see another band, I don't want to say critiquing, but I'm taking notes. There's always something to be learned. Cleveland's a completely different world from Dallas as far as what works here. They love rock a lot more here. You don't see it. If you're a strictly rock band in Dallas, you're playing lower end clubs and lower pay gigs.
And now you know why the Rock Hall is in Cleveland.
Actually a member.
Oh, are you?
Yep. Been there.
Don't get
there 7 or 8 times already.
Don't get Chipper started on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he absolutely hates it.
I've never been there, so.
Totally a farce.
Yeah, it's still cool to go see all the stuff. Now, a lot of it for us, we went a bunch of times because as we had, friends from Texas and kids come visit and whatnot, we want to take them there. And now that everybody's visited and we've been there a bunch of times, couldn't tell you again, I'll probably go back.
Shane, you've been awful quiet in the lavender room today. You got anything you want to ask Mike or whatnot?
I mean, I think I've been interactive enough. I mean, I'm glad to hear that they are pushing forward with Pushing Daisies. I think it's good.
It is. I mean, I know this may ruffle some feathers, but how did the name Pushing Daisies come about, Mike?
Actually, Chris came up with that. He's said he's had that one kind of floating around in the back of his head for a while, and he threw it out there. I was like, yeah, I like the sound of that, and cool. And it was actually one of the more painless discussions I've ever had for band names as far as that goes, because it took forever to come up with Amped with Dan.
It seems like it took forever to come up with a lot of things with Dan.
Yeah, that was hundreds of names and bad ideas floated around because that was his band, and it was one of those. Hey, let's call. I'm like, you can call it that, but you're gonna need a new singer. There was a lot of those moments.
I bet. So, who's your favorite lead singer out there, past or present?
Ooh, that's tough. It probably changes from time to time. I mean, obviously, I showed you the tattoo. Queensryche, Jeff Tate's a huge deal. Like I said, Nickelback's a favorite of mine. I've been real big on a band called Sleep Token lately. Another great singer, Dallas band, or not Dallas, but Texas band, Nothing More. If you've never heard them, they're
good.
They're amazing.
Just listen to their self-titled album. That's the best one.
Yeah.
I think I've heard them on Octane on Sirius XM.
Yeah. That's another great band live. They never disappoint. Grew up with a lot of the 80s hair metal stuff, so I love all that stuff too. Brent Smith, obviously, that guy's like you mentioned. I mean, he's got a phenomenal voice. Lizzie Hale's amazing.
The one I miss is Chris Cornell.
I tend to lean more towards Lane Staley, but
okay, maybe either or. You know what I mean? But
yeah, Chris Cornell was the pipes on that dude. Whew.
Right.
I mean, he was God. Yeah.
Lane Staley was into another one of those singers that had a distinct.
Exactly. I would say probably with Cornell as well. Those guys came on. That was probably one of the coolest things about the whole, grunge thing. Even though none of those bands sounded alike, they all had, their own unique sound, and all the vocalists were all, very distinctive. You knew Eddie Vedder's voice. You knew Chris Cornell's voice. Even Kurt Cobain. Not the greatest singer ever, but
AC/DC too.
Yeah. Nowadays, I mean, some of the new modern rock that comes out, it sounds like the singers are all trying to sound the same almost.
Well, I mean, unless you're, what was it, Motley Crue? I heard they're awful now.
Oh, yeah, but Motley Crue, Vince was never really a great live singer.
No,
even in his prime. But
I just know a lot of people that went to that Brown Stadium show complained about how awful it was, and they said that like everybody else was so much better, and then they just ruined it like at the end of the night.
Well, that's kind of like we were saying with Seven Dust going, playing after them, playing with Def Leppard. Def Leppard's, I mean, they're a force to be reckoned with live. I mean, they don't use backing tracks. All those vocals are live. All those guys know their harmonies. They're an amazingly talented band.
I want to say I was mad because I think wasn't it at the Guardians or the Jacobs Field is where they had wasn't it Def Leppard and Journey together?
Yeah, Def Leppard, Journey, and Joan Jett.
Yeah, where was that? No, it was
Progressive Field.
Yeah,
Progressive. Right. Sorry, I still call it the Jake every now and then.
Well, I agree. Yeah.
I get confused with the Jacobs Pavilion.
That's I get
cool venue.
Right on the water there too.
Yeah,
Angela said they were awful. Or they were awful.
Oh, Motley Crue?
Yeah.
She probably was there.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That's what everybody said. Poison was the best band on that tour.
No shit.
They always put on a good show because Bret Michaels is always so hyped up and such a. I guess they're called like a party band. So they always play live and they're always very active on stage.
Well, Brett was one of those singers from the 80s that didn't do a lot of the really high stuff.
No.
So he can still sing that stuff now. Vince, God, he can't even hit notes, but hell, half the time he's not even getting the words out. Have you seen any of those videos where they change the words to what it sounds like he's saying?
Yeah.
Shit's hilarious.
Did you get other lead singers from that era, like Jeff Tate, Tom Kiefer, the way he sang, Stephen Pierce, the way he sang?
Mark Slaughter.
Yeah, they just can't because of the way that they sang those songs.
The one that gets me is the one that gets me is the Stones. The fact that like putting their corpses up on stage, like just give it up already, bro. Like you've already succeeded in life. Like you don't need to be out here at 90 years old.
You know who's still killing it though, and still able to hit those notes is Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah,
that guy's still killing it, and I would say Rob Halford's doing pretty good too. Still, and those guys are up there.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
I can't believe AC/DC is playing a stadium tour and then has Pretty Reckless opening up from. That's an interesting combination.
Yeah, have you seen the lead singer of them?
Taylor Momsen?
I'll go just for that.
Yeah. Taylor Momsen, yeah, she's not bad.
Put me in, coach.
Yeah, right.
I play all positions.
She was is it her or was it the other? Which one was Cindy Lou Who?
That was Taylor Momsen.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
In the Grinch movie?
Yeah. Yeah, she was an actress before the band, and she actually kind of stepped away from acting to do music.
Who is she?
Taylor Momsen. She was actress before she was doing music, actually.
And she's a lead singer of Pretty Reckless, and she was, what's her name? Cindy whatever from the Grinch.
Cindy Lou Who.
Oh, okay.
She was in something else. I can't remember what it was.
I have to check her out. I haven't seen her sing. I've seen her in the Grinch, but I haven't seen her sing. Yeah.
They got a couple. I mean, I haven't heard all their stuff, but the songs that I have heard, I'm impressed.
Pretty Reckless is really good. There was one album that they did was more like on the bluesy rock side that I really wasn't a fan of, but yeah, Pretty Reckless is pretty good.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mike.
I just started getting into Spirit Box recently.
Good band.
I don't think I've ever heard any of their stuff.
That girl can sing. Not only can she sing, but she can also get the crazy death vocals thing as well. But she can sing with the best of them as well too. That's a really cool band.
I could not believe there was actually a chick doing that when I first heard them.
That's the same thing with the band Ginger.
Yep.
Jesus, where are you guys hearing these bands?
Those pipes.
Chipper's got it on Sirius.
Oh, Sirius.
Well, yeah, I hear a lot of that on Sirius Octane, but then Nate, Adam, you know Nate, you know Nate Williams. He's the one that kind of turned me on to Ginger.
Which, no offense, black guy listening to that, you wouldn't think that's how it would go. But Nate's got a wide plethora of shit he listens to that you wouldn't expect.
That's the same. If you look at my iTunes, it can go from Bon Jovi to Non-Point to Michael Bolton to God knows what. To Ice Cube and all over the place.
Rod Stewart.
Hey,
absolutely.
Mike, real quick, what's your favorite Ice Cube song?
Get Me Out of the Freezer.
Wow.
Probably.
Dad jokes.
Wow.
Probably No Vaseline.
That's a very good song. That is a very good song.
Is that a song by somebody else? Wasn't that a song by Stone Temple Pilots?
No, they have a song just called Vaseline.
Okay.
Stone Temple Pilots is one of my favorite bands. Them and Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver was really good.
You know what band? I don't know if they're big, but I don't know how you. I don't think a lot of people know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do know about them, but I've become a big fan of Volbeat lately.
Love Volbeat, my third favorite band.
Like, just anything that like if it's new, it comes on my playlist, and I'm like that. Add that to the list. Like every song that comes up, I seem like I'm adding more and more of them to the playlist.
Now, not one bad album. Volbeat is really good in live too. Really good.
So you're voting for them to play at the halftime show, right?
I would love it if they played the halftime show.
They're never going to do rock or anything like that. We know better than that.
True. And sad.
It is
true.
Sad. It is sad.
Sad but true.
Mike, I'm assuming you've heard of Miles Kennedy.
Of course.
Yeah. I found him when Creed split up and Mark Tremonti formed Alter Bridge.
So here's a little Miles Kennedy trivia for you. Anybody seen the movie Rockstar?
No. Is it the one?
It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Is that the one with one of the Wahlbergs?
That's Mark Wahlberg. It's basically a loose interpretation of the story about Tim Ripper Owens.
Oh,
yep.
It's based on that, but in that movie, when at the very end, when Mark Wahlberg decides to walk off stage and retire, he pulls this guy up to sing on stage with him. It's kind of a turnabout move where the movie ends how it began, because Mark Wahlberg goes to see the band and he's sitting in the same spot. Well, at the end, they pull this guy up to sing one of the songs with him and basically hand him the gig. That's actually Miles Kennedy.
No shit.
Oh, okay.
Miles Kennedy is another one that has a very distinct voice, and he can sing just about anything. When he was with Slash's Snake Pit, Alter Bridge, he's got a great voice.
Have you heard? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I love the story of how Journey got what's his name. The fact that they saw him on YouTube or something, singing their songs at karaoke, and then the guys decided to go over there and watch him live, and then be like, "Hey, all right, what about becoming our singer?" It's amazing to think how social media and things like that can just make somebody's career, what I mean, change somebody's life.
They talk about Arnel Pineda, who's
I couldn't think of his name offhand.
He's from the Philippines, I think.
Yeah.
Philippines, Thailand, I think. I'm not
something like that.
He sounds almost just like Steve Perry.
And the crazy thing is when you hear him talk, I mean, he can barely speak English, but he can sing.
Right.
It's crazy.
Is Steve Perry still singing or no?
Yeah.
He just put something out recently.
Okay, I just wasn't sure.
Yeah, he just posted something recently that he's going to come up with another album here soon.
That's cool for him. I know that Bad Wolves, they're getting ready to come back out. I know that they're
not bad. I like them.
I like Bad Wolves.
Yeah,
they just released a new album actually not too long ago.
They did. They don't have Lenny Bexton there no more. That was a big controversy with him being a big time Trump supporter. How'd that work out for Bad Wolves? Not too good, huh?
Didn't work out too good for Hogan either.
Yeah.
No, it didn't. Not at all. I mean, especially.
Well, I mean, I hate to say it, but you got to understand with when it comes to the wrestling, like all the guys that we grew up that were our heroes, the kids have no clue nowadays who these guys are other than what they've seen on TV. They don't know how big it was back then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was so big it almost went bankrupt and bankrupt Vince McMahon. Watch his documentary.
We watched that. It's so good.
It is.
I gotta watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
He is such a dick. But he knew what the hell he was doing.
Yeah, he pissed a lot of people off in this world and screwed over a lot of people, but he made a lot of money. So I mean, he just got acquitted of all the charges he's got. So I guess from the story is he's got a building and he's got a name for a federation. So we'll see if he brings another one out. So hopefully he can survive in this age with the way wrestling is, because I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, Mike, or whatnot, but I mean, the WWE's got something there with Netflix, whether people like to believe that or not. It's going to change a lot of the way wrestling is these days. It is. And football is going to go there too. And I hate to say it, Netflix is going to be the place where you're going to watch football moving forward, probably after 2027.
They better get that streaming stuff fixed.
Correct.
I find it hard to believe that NFL will go to a streaming service.
They will go wherever the most money is.
I understand it, but I just find that hard to believe.
Correct. They're going to go. They're talking about putting a team in London. They'll do anything for money.
They're going to ruin the Golden Goose is what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Going to an 18-game schedule is going to.
That's why they want the London games, because they want to sell you that ticket for your home team to go over there and play.
Well, no offense. I get it. I like the idea of playing overseas. It's cool. But I don't like it if you're a season ticket holder for your said team, because now you lose a home game. Yep. So it's like you're still paying the same amount of money, but you lose a home game because they're going to go play over there. Like, it's a little fucked up.
It's like, how much more money do you guys need? I mean,
right.
You already have a business model that can't fail. I mean, even the worst team makes money hand over fist.
The Browns,
insane.
Listen, did you? I'm pretty sure you guys watched the Christmas Day games, right? And LeBron came out and said, NFL, the NBA, or Christmas Day is for us. You know that the ratings for the 3 NFL games blew the NBA out of the water. Now LeBron's pissed off about it. And once
I didn't know they did.
Yes, they blew them out of the water, and LeBron's pissed off about it and is trying to petition where the NFL doesn't play on Christmas Day.
Play on Christmas Eve then and shut the fuck up.
I mean, that's my thoughts as well. But, I mean, NFL, and I think I told Chipper this a while back, I think the NFL in the future is probably going to play 6 or 7 days a week. You're going to have a game on each day.
That's going to be too much.
It is.
I don't think the NFLPA would go for that.
You don't know that.
Well, it's not so much that, but don't forget you get your college football, like your Tuesday night action, games and stuff like that. So I mean, I'm cool with it.
It's Roger Goodell, man. So anything is impossible with him. You never say never with him. And just going by, they're trying to find out ways in the NBA on how to make the game more competitive. And somebody said, well, take the 3-point line out of bounds. Like just put it in the front of the key and out of bounds. How much fun is that going to be? It's not.
No, fuck that. You want to make basketball more exciting? Bring back Rock and Jock. Put that fucking basket that's way at the top and give them 50 points if they can hit it.
They'll never do that. I think there'll be a 4-point play that's coming here in the future, and I'm not a fan of the new All-Star format. It's just stupid. I don't like the Pro Bowl games anymore. Okay, here's how you should do the Pro Bowl. If you don't want to do the Pro Bowl game, and I get it with the CTE, and I think it was Adam. Wasn't it you that sent the new Guardian cap in the chat? I think with that, man, if you don't want to participate or have the Pro Bowl, just give the guys an extra check, make them all pros, and be done with it. Because you're taking the fun away from the Pro Bowl game. You really are. It's just stupid. I don't like watching flag football.
The best All-Star game, hands down, is baseball.
Correct.
Still, forever.
Correct. And nobody will ever top that because
this is the most natural game that there is.
Correct. And it's just it's sad that we talk about this world and this country not having enough money, but you look at these baseball players. What was it? Juan Soto just signed. How much did he sign for?
$755.
Yep, $755 million.
Well, did you hear why he didn't sign with the Yankees?
No. What was the
Yankees offered him $750 million. The Mets offered him $755. The reason he took the Mets offer is because he had asked the Yankees to give him a suite for his family when they had home games, and the Yankees told him no. But the Mets said, "Fine, it's yours."
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a lot of money for a suite.
I'm thinking, motherfucker, you're getting $755 fucking million or $750, and you're bitching about a suite? Fuck off.
Right?
Hey, dude, listen, like.
And the dude's 23 years old.
Yep.
Is he only that young?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
23 years old, so that contract it'll run until he's 38. He'll probably take 10 years, maybe 5 to 10 years in New York and get traded in some team.
No, he'll be the next Bobby Bonilla. And look what team he's on. Shocker, Mets.
Mets, dude, they're still paying Bonilla. You can't fault that guy for getting paid.
Nope.
Not at all.
23 and already 3/4 of a way to a billionaire.
Yeah.
Who
what he already made with New York.
Who do you think would be the first billionaire sports player to get the contract?
Of any sport?
Any sport. Baseball. Who do you think?
Shohei.
You're talking any sport.
Any sport.
Baseball's the only one that can do it, though. NFL can't do it.
Baseball would be the one. So you're going to look at Soto. You're going to look at Ohtani. Who would be the next one to get a big contract that hasn't signed yet? Judge?
I don't know. I don't know who. I have to look at
he's older.
How old is Ohtani's like 28?
Yeah, but Ohtani's already got a however long year contract where he deferred all his money towards the end of the contract. So the only way that would work out is if they redid a contract.
True.
I don't know.
The next big thing will come up and they'll get the fucking big contract.
Paul Skeens?
Would it be Skeens?
No,
not it has to be a hitter, not a pitcher. Because pitchers, you ain't gonna make fucking $750 million, and you're only starting every 5 games.
Yeah, that
just doesn't make sense.
No.
Jackson Holiday?
No.
Maybe Biggio, Kevin Biggio.
Oh, Biggio in Toronto?
No.
Not good enough.
You're still 5+ years away before that happens. It's got to go up in increments before it gets there.
How about your guy Banana? Did you guys drafted as the first overall pick this year?
Vazana? We'll see how he goes. I mean, obviously, I think that's why they traded him.
Guardians. I'll tell you.
No,
he has to win some awards first before we'll trade him.
The Guardians could do it. I mean, it might have to be like a 75-year contract.
Doesn't the new ownership group take over in 2026?
No idea.
Not soon enough, I can tell you that.
I think it's 2026 they take over. But anyway, we're getting to the end of the show. Mike, we appreciate you for being on, man. Give out your guys' next show, where they can find you if they want to audition and whatnot, so on and so forth.
Cool. Yeah. Next show will be, I believe I can't remember, it's March or April at the Doghouse. Pushing Daisy CLE on Facebook. We will be posting the ad for guitar players. So if you're a guitar player and you're interested, hit myself or Chris or Jeremy up. We'll set something up for you guys. Obviously, got to be somebody that can play. But yeah, that's enjoyed being here. It's fun talking with you guys. Been a good time.
Hope to see you around, buddy.
Yeah, come back anytime, man. You're more than welcome.
Definitely.
We'll have to get all three of you guys on at one time when we go to the new studio and whatnot. So
that'd definitely be cool.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Appreciate you, man. We'll sign off with you now, and we'll go to the guys. So, guys, what do you guys got coming up? Anything good?
No.
Well, Gail's family still does the birthday parties for everybody. So because of scheduling conflicts and stuff, we're actually doing my birthday party today with her family, which is like 2 weeks early, but whatever it is.
Happy birthday there.
Early birthday. Yeah. So we had to make, we made a, what was it? 5 pounds of meat and 4 pounds of noodles. So we have like this big ass fucking goulash that we're going to take over there.
Goulash.
So you can't go wrong with it. It's easy to make, and it goes so far. It feeds so many people.
I want some goulash.
Oh, it's so easy. Like you said, easy and so good.
Right. So we'll go over there for the night and do that. Obviously, playoff football today and tomorrow, and then I don't really care about Monday as long as you guys lose, but it is what it is. It's all right. I'm just happy to say I'm happier that yes, you guys may have made it, but thank God we got it last year, so I didn't have to worry about when's the last time you fuckers got a championship, that shit. But that's okay because I'm hoping Jack Sawyer doesn't get it because then that way he has 0 national championships and 0 wins against Michigan.
He's so bitter towards Ohio State.
Fuck that. You guys didn't. You guys hated it last year when you had to deal with me. Just like I'm gonna hate it. I got to deal with you if you guys win it.
Even after beating us the last 4 times and getting that national championship,
it means nothing now. And I told you it wasn't gonna mean shit.
He's still so bitter.
Hey, can we deport Michigan?
Hey, maybe we'll get out of the Big Ten and we'll actually win something more.
Adam wanted to deport me. That's fucked up though. But Shane, what you got going on tonight? Breaking news. Here we go. Come on, Shane. Here we go.
I'm gonna hang out the house, and then I'm gonna take a little trek over to Warren to Upper Creek, see Bad Juju play for a little bit, and then I'm actually gonna leave. I'm not gonna watch the whole show. I'm gonna come back to Canton and watch the UFC pay-per-view tonight.
Do they?
Who's the main event?
It is. Well, there was a change yesterday, last minute. It was
supposed
to be Islam Makhachev versus Arman Sarukian for the belt, and Sarukian hurt his back, I guess, somehow. He pulled out yesterday at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So a guy in the same weight class that was fighting on the card, the main card, they asked him to step in. So Islam's now fighting Renato Moicano for the UFC lightweight championship.
Damn, so he gets a title shot after somebody backs out or because of injury, huh?
Yep. Moicano is on a good run. So I mean it's not that he's not he's worth a title shot is what I'm getting at.
Right, so. But I mean but you're training for some other guy to fight. Now you
right.
Can't,
no,
you
I
know.
mean, it's better than like I don't know, several pay-per-views ago, somebody came in on like 11 days notice with no training camp, fighting somebody that they weren't trying to fight. It's
so what's the next big ass fight that's like coming up soon? Like,
well, this is the first pay-per-view of the year, so the fight that was supposed to happen was really big because Sarukian he was next, and unfortunately he got hurt. Whatever, it happens. But the next big one, I don't know. Duplessis versus Strickland, the rematch that's coming up.
O'Malley fighting again anymore? Or?
I have not heard when O'Malley's going to fight again. I don't know what's going on with him at all. So, but it'll be fun. It's going to be a full fun evening for me. So
just be safe because I know the roads will be shit.
How far of a drive is it from where you're at to Warren?
55 minutes.
Okay. And is there a Sprucewood Inn in Warren, Ohio?
I'm sure there's something like it, but I will not be attending it.
Well, he'll be in all his glory tonight. He'll be in all his glory.
All this Sprucewood needs is a lavender room, and Shane's in there like swimwear.
We'll see.
Him and Joshua love the lavender room at the Sprucewood.
For sure.
Hold on, I want to play this for you guys real quick before we get off the air. I'm going to make sure you guys can hear it. All right, a friend of mine sent me this, and this fits us. Hold on.
Hey, y'all better look the fuck out today. My crayons are short, the box is full, my bottle of glue's topped off, and my helmet's on tight, baby. We're about to wrestle with the chism. Let's get with it.
I was fucking crying last night when my friend sent me that. My crayons are sharp, my glue bottle's full.
Topped it off.
Chipper, what you got going on this weekend?
I'm leaving here to go shopping. I'm going to make a crock pot full of pasta vajol.
What's in that?
It's that soup that you get at the Olive Garden with the pasta, the chili. It's basically a chili with a pot with pasta in it. So I'm going to make a big pot of that for dinner and leftovers. I'll be watching the Lions game tonight for sure. Tomorrow, we'll be doing Renegades tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, we're going to talk about free agency and whatnot.
And then
speaking of which, real quick, just to throw this out there, I don't know if you guys got it yet, but apparently the Bears were trying to trade for your coach.
Yeah,
Correct.
Them and one other team, and the Steelers told them to F off, basically.
Don't waste your time. Like Mike Tomlin said, don't waste your time.
I'm definitely going to watch the Ravens-Bills game tomorrow. I'm still torn as if I'm going to actually watch the Eagles and Rams play. But
put it this way. I want to see Buffalo, Baltimore, or fucking Houston over fucking goddamn Kansas City. I'm tired of Kansas City. You've got 2 championships. Fuck off. Let somebody else get it.
It's going to be Buffalo and the Lions in the Super Bowl.
I'm thinking Buffalo and Philly.
I'm thinking Ravens, Philly.
Ravens are getting beat. Ravens will get beat today.
I had a buddy say he thinks the Texans are going to beat the Chiefs today or tomorrow, whatever they play.
It's today. It's the first game.
Is it?
I can see that.
Baltimore doesn't play today, right?
No, they play.
Okay, well, tomorrow. Yeah,
because it's
still waking up. I need another couple.
And it's going to be cold as fucking Buffalo.
They're gonna a lot of snow in Philadelphia. So.
It'll be some good games. We'll see.
And of course, Monday night is the big game. Ohio State winning the national championship.
It is also big too that the inauguration. And did you guys see who's playing at the inauguration?
Nope.
My girl.
Who's that? Adam.
Carrie motherfucking Underwood.
You see who else is playing there? Snoop Dogg.
Chipper's out.
I had no intention of watching 1 minute of it to begin with. So.
Wouldn't have guessed that.
Hater.
Here, hold on. Where's Chipper? You need these?
But yeah, so what am I doing this week? I am going to meet up this weekend. I'm going to meet up with my brother for lunch. He wants to go to the doghouse or whatnot, so we're going to take him up there, get him some wings and whatnot.
Sick invite.
With Parmesan.
2 days in a row. What the shit?
Hey, you guys can come. You're more than welcome to come. My brother's a fucking hoot. He's a recovering alcoholic, but he hasn't been in a bar in 20 years. So
making sure you get the garlic parma sauce on the side.
I did. I got that last night. They were fucking.
They give you a dirty look.
They did not give me a dirty look because they got new servers.
They ain't hip yet.
Yeah, they're not hip yet. They're not. But about that, probably wash some clothes, and you never know where I'll show up tonight. So. Donnie, probably around 2-3 o'clock. You and Amy should join us. Wally would love it. Yeah, so you'll never know where I'll show up tonight. But I gotta get. That's another thing I gotta do: get my oil changed in my vehicle and whatnot, and just relax the rest of the day. And thank you for Chipper for waking me up.
For sure.
The door.
For sure.
Yes, today, Donnie, today. So yeah, but that's about it. So guys, it's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Remember what Chipper says here: #GetThemLickins 2025. Stay tuned for Adam.
Redline Fest 2025.
Adam's the CEO of the Redline Fest.
Chief Entertainment Officer.
Hey, listen. Don't be fucking thinking I'm not going to be leaning on you for some fucking shit that I need you to do. I need some sponsors, man. I got a number in my head that I'm going to send to you what I think we can pay the bands and fucking make it work. And I know I can get probably the Doghouse and JT's and probably the racetrack, but we got to figure out if we're going to do 6 hours, whatnot, maybe 6 hours. Each band plays for 2 hours and whatnot, and just make a day of it. So we'll figure things out, figure out a venue.
That'd be a long fucking day.
Be worth it though. Shut up.
Sure, I'm not saying it won't, but just hope it's
take
not
your old ass can take a nap.
Just hope it's indoors and not outdoors when it's like 100-some degrees.
That's true.
If it's outdoors, then you'll deal with it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll be at home in my air conditioning.
Oh well. But we want to give a big shout out to our show sponsor. Who is that, Shane?
Willie's Custom Upholstery and Repair for all your upholstery needs. Go check out Willie's.
And Adam, where can they get any Redline Radio gear, any souvenirs for the wife? I know you got a few things done yourself.
Go see our favorite people, Mike and Diane, at Incredible Keepsakes.
Great people up there. So
hold on, where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
You got it.
Put it back up.
Hey, there you go. Incredible Keepsakes, ladies and gentlemen. So for the start of the show,
go Irish.
For the old grumpy man Chipper,
go Buckeyes.
Go Buckeyes. And for Shane, the top fives in the lavender room. We'll see you guys next week.
Maybe tomorrow we'll move up to 5 letters.
Shane, we will see you maybe later.
Maybe.
I don't know. Have a good one, everybody.
Later.